Hello. In this video, we will explore and gain an understanding of eSports. In this video, we will cover what are eSports, how did eSports develop, the experience, what's it like to watch or play in an eSports tournament, the players, who are the best eSports players in the world? Finally, we will look to the future, what's next for eSports. eSports, short for electronic sports, are a form of competitive gaming where players from around the world compete in games. There are many different games that are played in esports tournaments. Some of the most popular ones include League of Legends, DOTA 2, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and Hearthstone. These games are all very different from each other, but they share one common trait. They are all extremely competitive and can be very challenging to play at a high level. This makes them perfect for esports tournaments, where players from all around the world can compete against each other in a battle of skill and strategy. Professional gamers often stream their gameplay on popular streaming platforms like Twitch in order to build a following and attract sponsorship deals. Esports tournaments are often hosted in large arenas and draw tens of thousands of spectators. In recent years, esports have begun to be taken more seriously by the mainstream media, with ESPN airing select events and the International Olympic Committee recognizing them as a sport. The history of electronic sports, also known as esports, can be traced back to the early days of video gaming. The first documented competitive gaming event took place in October 1972 at Stanford University. The competition was a two-player game of Spacewar, and the prize was a year's subscription to Rolling Stone magazine. But it wasn't until the late 1990s that online gaming began to take off, thanks in part to the release of games like Quake and Counter-Strike. These early multiplayer games were the predecessors of today's popular esports titles and quickly developed a following among gamers who love the thrill of competitive play. As online gaming grew in popularity, so too did the concept of professional gaming. In South Korea, for example, teams of players began competing in televised tournaments for sizable prize pools. The first international esports tournament was held in 2002, and by 2007, South Korea had its own professional league for several popular games. From these humble beginnings, esports has evolved into a multi-billion-dollar industry. Professional gamers now compete in tournaments for lucrative prizes, and major brands are eager to associate themselves with this growing phenomenon. The explosive popularity of esports is due, in part, to the rise of streaming services like Twitch. These platforms allow gamers to share their gameplay with the world, and fans can watch and chat with other enthusiasts from around the globe. Esports tournaments are quickly becoming a popular way for gamers to compete against each other. The tournaments can be watched or played by anyone with an internet connection. Watching or playing in an esports tournament can be a fun and exhilarating experience. When watching an esports tournament, the viewer can feel the excitement and intensity of the competitors. The players' reactions and strategies can be closely followed, making for an exciting experience. Esports tournaments are also a great way to see how different games are played competitively. For spectators, watching an esports tournament is a great way to see some of the best players in action. The excitement and intensity of the competition is palpable, and it's a great way to learn more about the game. Spectators can also enjoy the camaraderie of fellow fans, and many tournaments have social events that allow spectators to meet the players. Players also find value in competing in tournaments. It's a great opportunity to measure themselves against other top players and can help them improve their skills. Playing in front of a live audience is also an exciting experience and can be very motivating. For those who want to get in on the action, there are many opportunities to play in tournaments as well. Gamers can compete against others locally, regionally, or even internationally. Playing in an esports tournament can be a great way to improve one's skills and gaming knowledge. There are many great esports players in the world, but there are a few who stand out from the rest. The best esports players are ones who have mastered their game and can consistently win against top competition. One of the best esports players in the world is Lee Faker Sang-hyuk. He is a professional player for South Korean team SK Telecom T1, and he is considered to be the best League of Legends player in the world. He has won numerous tournaments, including 3 world championships. Another great esports player is Kuro Kuroki Salihi Takasomi. He is a professional DOTA 2 player from Germany who plays for Team Liquid. He has been playing professionally since 2011, and he has won several tournaments, including the International 2017. In the past, competitive gaming was mostly seen as a niche activity enjoyed by a small, dedicated community. But in recent years, esports has exploded in popularity, with major tournaments now drawing millions of viewers online and in person. So what's next for this burgeoning industry? One trend to watch is the increasing use of virtual reality. Virtual reality headsets provide an immersive experience that can really bring esports to life, and we're likely to see more VR tournaments in the future. Another possibility is that esports will become more mainstream, with major broadcasters showing games on television and streaming them online. This would provide a wider audience for esports and help to further legitimize it as a sport. Whatever the future holds, one thing is clear: esports is here to stay.